Welcome to Blue Collar Crypto. This is a production of World of Ability Podcast Network. My name is Sue Roskopf, and I am guest hosting today. Tim Trozian is the main host for Blue Collar Crypto, which airs every Sunday at 4 o'clock and 5:30 p.m. Central. And I'm also joined today by Jim Bannon, and we are here for our second program of the day. So this is time to get some notes in front of you. I'm actually at a place where I will be able to show you things, not just talk about them, but I can show you some things as well today. But first up, Jim, I want to pass it over to you to see how are you doing.
Well, I've got air conditioning, gas, water, and electricity. So I'm on the top of the world. And, some of the people that are on our hearts and that we're thinking about have none of those luxuries. So while we talk about crypto, which is a way for people to enjoy financial freedom and hopefully support their own businesses, because more and more people are taking responsibility for their lives, they're improving their education, they're getting their own businesses, whether it's a side hustle or a full-time job. And we have 1.3 million members of the refugees in Bangladesh who, even more important than food and water, is their ability and desire to grow their education. So we'd like to help them in that venture. We're already positioning a satellite over them so they can have internet. And thanks to the Net Free organization in Canada, and Walt, you've got a heart of an angel. And we're doing the same thing down in Kenya with 300,000 people. In Bangladesh, there's a 22-year-old young man who's brilliant, and he's got three children. Can you imagine being 22 and leading a group of 1.3 million refugees? You want to talk about a guy with a big heart. Maybe we ought to call him Moses, you think? And then we've got Keisha down. Am I pronouncing it right? Help me, Sue.
Kiza?
Kiza, thank you.
Kiza,
We've
yes.
got Kiza down in Kenya who's doing the same thing. People who unselfishly give to others. So, yeah, that's the theme that we want to wave through here. Doing God's work throughout the world using cryptocurrency for your business. If you don't have a business, it can help you to start one. It's all about networking. And the key takeaway is that you really need to be a member of X, the old Twitter, and not just a general amateur member. You need to have some teenager teach you how to get into spaces. SPACES. That's where all the power is. That's where all the cryptocurrency companies are. Ethereum, World of Tings, Income Island, Meta Rides, all the governors, all the senators, the January 6th committee. I mean, all of these people are on spaces. So that's the place to be. And there are people that will really help you out. I mean, I am an absolute rookie, but they now know me as QR done right across that internet space, even before Elon's robot banned me. And I was in a space with Elon himself, who said his people never should have banned me because he believes in free speech. And so do I as an American. We are the land of free speech and opportunity. Too many people block others. Too many efforts by these amateurs on the internet for the first time who make up their own rules. Everything's got to be in its silo. They block you if you say one thing they don't like. And they forget that we all used to be listed in this thing called the white pages and the yellow pages. And if you wanted to reach somebody, you could look them up. But my God, every social media platform's got 375,212 rules that are designed to prevent free speech. And that's about what's happening with all these credit card companies charging you for 24%. And I asked, I'm not going to mention them by name. I asked a credit union yesterday, if I open an account, how much are you going to pay me? He said a half of 1%. My God, I can get more money from a beggar on the street than I can from a financial institution. So crypto is the way, NFT is the way, and we got tons of people willing to help you. What do you think about that, Sue?
That is amazing, actually, because there, the more you know, the bigger the advantage is that you can have in this world. Because yeah, you need to take take notice of folks like Anise and Kiza and the impact that they're making. I was doing a little screen sharing, so if anyone wants to go back and see more detail on either of those programs, you can get that from just backing up on this video a little bit. So there'll be plenty of info available there. It is impressive what these gentlemen are doing in their areas and the difference that they are making is, and anyone can make a difference. People don't underestimate your abilities, please. You have no idea what difference you can make out there. It just takes a little effort and just going for it. If you have an idea, you might have gotten that idea for a reason. What are you going to do with it?
Well, I can't remember the last time I bought a Starbucks coffee. What are they? Almost $7 today?
I don't know. They're
Do you know where
expensive.
$7 would go in Bangladesh?
Ugh,
Oh my God. And I was working with the Palestinians. I had given away free podcasts, and this guy and a girl, all they wanted to have was clean water. Can you imagine if your basic human needs, clean water, what you pray for? And I got a shout out to Eric Zuli, who was very good with me and a lot of people on his Easy Way network. And that's why I gave him a free podcast. But uh, a bunch of people were donating wellheads. Okay, you can go down to a local, what do they call them? Tractor Supply, and you can buy what's called a point. Do you know what a point is, Sue?
nope.
Yeah, you must have lived a privileged life because that's what these people do. It's a pipe with a point on it, and they hit it with a sledgehammer and they drive it down, and then they screw another pipe into it and they hit it with a sledgehammer, and they do this for 300 meters. When they get 300 meters, they got clean water. And that you've seen these pumps in the old cowboy things, right? Where they
Right.
pump it into a bucket. That's what they do. So they can do this for, I think, about $80, the whole thing.
Wow.
And they get free water and they eliminate dysentery. I mean, can you imagine having a baby that you're just trying to care for, but because you don't have clean water, they end up with dysentery? And they so love the donations that they actually take a picture or they get a logo and they have a plaque on that pump handle that's got every donor's picture.
Wow.
So if you give, and I'm sure that our guys and gals would do the same thing. If you give to help the people in Bangladesh, to help the people in Kenya, I'll commit for them. They will take your picture or your logo and they'll put it somewhere. May happen to be on a piece of cardboard, but we're going to get it done.
Excellent. Well, and I do want to share out a super fun thing that is coming up in less than a week. It's going to be the July 4th, this Saturday. And one thing that is happening local, actually local to me here, is with my home ski club of all things. So we are going to have this massive event on July 4th. So I'm showing you my Facebook screen right now, our Facebook page for Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club. If you're not following the group already, please do, because that's where you find out all the things going on. The first post here actually is from yesterday. We did the Clean Lake Water Festival, Lake Country Clean Water Festival. Actually, the shirt I'm wearing is from a past year of that. And we had a water ski show. There's the beach party taking place. Education on clean water, a big education tent set up. That was all yesterday, but I'm looking ahead to this Saturday. Check this out. There are many things happening. I'm going to actually go a little bit further down and show you the highlight first, and then we'll come back to what I just had on my screen. This. This is what I want to showcase. Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club proudly presents Military Wounded Water Ski Event. This is for our military veterans who have, whether it's physical or hidden wounds of service, they are welcome to join us on July 4th from 7:30 a.m. until noon. We will have adaptive water skiing taking place at our show site at Lakefront Park in Pewaukee. So we do need to register to attend this, to participate in it. Anyone can come and cheer people on. So let me put that out there first. If you're in the area and you're not a military veteran, you are more than welcome to come down and cheer them on. We need a massive support on shore, letting them know how much we appreciate them. But this is an event where our military are able to come out and whatever their ability level, they can ski with us. We have room for as many as 30 veterans to join us. And last I heard, I think there were 11 signed up so far. We definitely are looking forward to having a full roster of folks that day. But you can see we've got all these sponsors on here as well that have helped pitch in to make this event happen. So please come on out. If you have any questions at all, send an email directly to me and I will personally make sure you get the information you need, your questions answered. My email address, susan@projectdiehard.org. Again, Susan at projectdiehard.org. And actually here, let me show you a picture. This is what a sit ski looks like. And then we have a stand-up skier on either side to go along with the person in that sit ski so that you go as a team out there together. And we also are able to do stand-up skiing as well. And this is a photo of our club giving some instruction to the person who's skiing there. So we are able to do that for next Saturday on July 4th. And in conjunction with that, there's going to be a flyover. Did you hear that? This is going to be so awesome. At 5 o'clock on Saturday, this is honoring the 250th anniversary of the USA and the 150th anniversary of Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Can you imagine what a great day this is going to be? For the 115th Fighter Wing will be coming out of Madison to do a flyover at our ski site. So we are excited for this. It's a big deal that they have agreed to do that at our show site there. So over the course of the day, here, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a moment and let me find one more thing to share because there's a lot happening at the lakefront in Pewaukee that day. Let's see, Pewaukee, which Village of Pewaukee. Let me find their, I just saw a schedule of events posted on here and I want to make sure everybody has the correct details here. Yes, here it is. Give me a second here as I share my screen one more time. So, July 4th celebration includes, actually on July 3rd, first up, they're going to have lights over the lake. There's going to be a drone show at dusk. And then on July 4th, we have a bicycle decorating contest for the kiddos at 10 a.m. The parade downtown at 3 o'clock. The rubber duck race is actually part of a fundraiser for a local organization. That's taking place at 4. The flyover is at 5. And our water ski show, you know what? I actually think that, I'm not, now I'm starting to question this. I believe the water ski show is actually also at 5 o'clock. On this particular flyer, it's showing it's at 6. You know what? Come on down and join us. I believe we will be skiing. It's going to be an extra long show because this is all leading up to the fireworks that will be taking place at dusk. And shows will also have live music taking place before and after the fireworks. So come on out. It is going to be a full day at the lake. One thing that's not on this particular flyer is the part I just was sharing. So from 7:30 until noon, we'll have our military veterans out there, our wounded vets, doing some adaptive water skiing with us. But these things are all taking place as well right down at the lakefront in Pewaukee. So it's going to be a massive day. So much fun for literally everyone. There's something for everybody, and I could not be more excited for the great opportunities that we have. So that is a bit that we get to look forward to. And let's see, I know, did you have some other announcements, other things you want to make sure that we are sharing out as well, Jim?
Yeah, you're so modest. So I took a little bit of the uh, glory away. I noted that your ski team is number one in the world. Of course, that's in the years that Wonder Lake, Illinois is not taking it away from you. So, what we're talking about is two of the world's absolute best ski teams within what, hour, 2 hours at the most from each other, right?
We are very close by. They're probably a couple hours away.
And they love each other. I am particular because my customer, who was a builder, yeah, I was in the construction industry when it fell apart in 2008. Um, he was building 300 homes. He went down to building three. God bless him. But he's been driving that boat with 300 horsepower engines. He's got 1,000 pounds of lead in the nose, and they hold the world record of, listen, I'm not making this up. 36 skiers, a pyramid of six times six. And when he hits the throttle, he yanks them all out of the water. It's one of the most amazing things you ever want to see. And it's someday it'll be brought to you on Pewaukee Lake, but right now it's Wonder Lake. So Pewaukee comes and cheers us on. We come and cheer them on. But you know who we cheer on? We cheer those lonely vets. We've gotten a whole lot better than the days that they used to come back from Vietnam and treated like dirt. So, the phrase is not thank you for your service. The phrase that means the most to a returning vet, welcome home. Welcome home. We love you. Welcome home. Thank you for protecting us. And let's always remember that on the 4th of July, there's a lot of lonely vets. And unfortunately, we've lost more vets than all that were killed in Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, the Gulf War. We lost 173,000 vets because none of us cared enough to pick up a telephone and say, hey, brother, hey, sister, how you doing? And I put a link in for Be the One, who is the American Legion National Commander out of Wisconsin. And he's giving a presentation in front of Congress. And I'm a video producer, and I lost my daughter at 38, and I do cry pretty easily. But if you don't cry when you watch that video, you send me a note and I'll buy you a $50 dinner, as long as you can prove you're on this podcast. Because we have got to eliminate that. And all it takes is being a friend to a vet. There we go. National Commander testifies in Washington. This will just take the tears right out of your eyes. So let's do what we can to help vets. They sure helped us. Let's do what we can to do the golden rule and help our refugees, 1.3 million of them, led by a 22-year-old in Bangladesh, and 300,000 led by a courageous person with a huge heart in Kenya. And Sue and Kurt, who's got this wonderful network, World of Ability, because there is no disability. Everybody's had ability. And I had the pleasure of living next to a Down syndrome young lady who was a world champion figure skater. I don't feel sorry for anybody who can be a world champion figure skater. I don't think that's a disability. I can't do that. So let's remember our brothers and sisters who are doing some pretty amazing things. And I wish I could be at Pewaukee, because you watch somebody on one leg that is just doing amazing things, or people who are missing arms, people who live their life in a wheelchair, but they get out there in a water ski, and I cannot do what these people do. And I used to have a boat on Chain of Lakes And I lived there 16 years. 65,000 people used to come out to visit me on a weekend. Now, during the week, I got to watch the watercraft come and do touch and glows in my front yard. That was a lot of
Wow.
fun. But on a weekend, 65,000 people. Some of these are cigarette racers with cockpits. I mean, they went by my dock at like 90 miles an hour. And then on Sunday, we called it the obnoxious Sunday because they all got together and they figured out if there was enough of them, there were never enough police to give them tickets. So they would open the dump valves, and instead of dumping the exhaust into the water, they would dump them right out into the air. And you want to hear something? I don't know if you've ever heard a NASCAR race, but these are boats that are louder than NASCARs. So,
Wow.
we can have fun. We can laugh. We can enjoy hot dogs and mustard, and you got to have sauerkraut. I mean, I was 15 before I knew you're supposed to put that on a hot dog. And then my uncle he ran a hot dog wagon on the Long Island Expressway, Uncle Ed. And more people knew Uncle Ed than probably most major baseball players because he had the hot dog wagon for 25 years. He had 5 daughters. How do you put 5 daughters through college when you're a nurse? He was a veteran from the Navy. He was a medic. So when he got out of the service, he worked in a hospital. But 5 daughters, I guess he never read a newspaper or watched a movie. I didn't say that. 5 daughters. But he had a hot dog wagon that put him through college, and they turned out to be pretty wonderful people. So let's think about the vets. When they come home, they don't have a job. Anybody helping them? VA is getting better. Used to be terrible. And I do have to give one credit to our current leader. One credit. I've been looking for years to find a way to compliment him. And he did find a way that if vets don't get a VA doctor attention, they can go outside and it will be covered by VA. So thank you for the one good thing you did in your life. It was to take care of the vets. Now we're not going to go there. So they protected us. Let's protect them. And the people in Bangladesh and Africa, let me give you a news flash. It was first Japan, then it was China, and now it's going to be Africa. Lee Cockrell is a friend from Disney. He said, if you're American, don't brag. You're lucky. Mm-hmm. That's it. You didn't earn it. The 250 years ago, those guys earned it. But they gave you this wonderful country, and you're lucky. Mm-hmm. And these poor people in Bangladesh, they are so abused. I mean, clean water, medicine, feeding children, and we can help. And you know how you help? Let me send this Project Die Hard. There goes that one. And then I am going to copy refugees. I'm going to copy this again to keep it front and center. So please go to the chat.
I'll go to that link next. Yep.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just I just had pulled up the Facebook page for Project Die Hard as well here. So let me just quickly share what's going on there. We have that big event coming up here, actually. And here it shows Operation Kingdom taking place this Wednesday, July 1st. So first thing in the morning, we will have the Veterans Fellowship breakfast at the IHOP restaurant. The address is shown right here. That goes from 7 until 9:30 a.m. And then right after that, the group, whoever, whether it's those folks that are there, obviously are welcome to come. But again, we will have our mission leaders coming. Ooh, look at this. I'm going to share this. This is Brian Gibson himself, and he shared this. It was Sharing Saturday yesterday. So this is 1 minute long. I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I'm making my screen big. Here we go.
Hey, guys. It's Sharing Saturday. So let me show you what we're getting ready to do. This is the welcome table for Operation kingdom. When you share this and tell ministries just to come and see what we are doing, you will help this mission grow. What does it take to share? Absolutely nothing. Pray, share, volunteer, and if you can, give to the mission. I am just the steward. I cannot stress that. Die Hard 6 out. Sharing Saturday. So,
Oh, there we go. Pausing that. And then remember, right after the breakfast event will be the I'm trying to find the visual to go with it here. The event taking place at the VFW in Paducah. So is this the one? I'm gonna scroll till I get it. There's a lot of information that you can find on this on Project Diard. Oh, here it is. From 10 a.m. until noon at the VFW Jackson Harris Post 1191, and it'll be in person, but it also will be on Zoom. So if you want to join us on Zoom, I personally will be there hosting on Zoom. And if you want that link, all you have to do is ask for it. I will send it to you right away. Reach out to me directly, Susan at projectdiehard.org. On the screen here, he's showing you can also send a note to contact at projectdiehard.org. That one is an address that he manages, Brian, that you just saw. But again, you feel free to send it directly to me, Susan at projectdiehard.org, and I will make sure you get that Zoom link. And I'll be on there, so you get to see me semi in person. It'll be on Zoom. But again, this is an opportunity this Wednesday, July the 1st. So,
Did you say Sue or Susan?
Susan. It's actually Susan at projectdiehard.org.
All right, I'm going to do a little commercial and I'm going to give away something of tremendous value.
Ooh.
And you're going to be my guinea pig. How's that?
I'm ready.
You're always such a good sport. Because we got to get rid of that amateur QR code that you've got up there. You're losing 20 to 70% of your target market. So we're going to fix that. So we're going to fix it for people who want to support Project Die Hard. Would you go in the chat, please?
Sure. All right. So I see in the chat about the business cards.
Just above the business cards. See the link for Project Die Hard?
Ooh. Yes.
Would you screen share and click on that?
Give me a quick second here to accomplish that. And let me share my screen. Here it is.
You want to click on the video?
So I came across this email the other day, and I just had to break it down with you. It is, without a doubt, one of the wildest, most fascinating, and frankly, bizarre pieces of digital communication I have ever seen. The big question is this a masterclass in modern messaging, or is it a total cautionary tale? Let's dive in and try to figure it out
Click
together.
the second line.
Okay. So our whole journey
stay
kicks
there.
off right.
No,
Are you
go ahead,
there?
stay there. Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and click play.
With this very first line, what did you think of the collaboration Magic? I mean, talk about an opener. Forget hello or dear so-and-so. This just drops you right in and makes you wonder, what on earth is this magic they're talking about? It's a bold opening, you've got to admit. So what is this mysterious document we're looking at? Well, here's the big reveal. It's a mass email. And not just any old email. This is an invitation to form a board of directors, and it was sent out to a massive list. We're talking hundreds of people, from business owners to government officials. This is the document we're going to be dissecting today. All right, let's start with the invitation itself, because right off the bat, you can tell this is not your typical stuffy corporate outreach. And this is where things really start to get interesting. I mean, just get a load of this list of recipients. You've got podcasters and politicians in the same conversation. You have nonprofits like the Lions Clubs getting the same message as marketing gurus. What could you possibly say that's relevant to all of them at once? This isn't just casting a wide net, it's more like a communication dragnet. So the first big question is, how in the world do you write an email that speaks to all these people? Is that even possible, or is it just genius? To try and figure out the method to this madness, we really have to dig into the philosophy that's driving the whole thing. And lucky for us, the author spells out their entire communication framework right there in the email. And it is, well, it's something else. And here it is, the supposed secret sauce. The author's 3 keys to learning are: number 1, develop your listening skills. Number 2, articulate your message. And number 3, action is taken because of that message. Listen, articulate, action. Sounds pretty solid, right? Almost noble. Well, let's see how that philosophy actually holds up in practice. Okay, and this is where we hit the giant paradox at the heart of this entire document. On one hand, the core philosophy, the number 1 rule, is to listen. The email even says, that is why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. But on the other hand, what's the method they chose? A mass email blasted out to hundreds of people, a totally one-way broadcast. It's a classic case of do as I say, not as I do, and that tension is just humming underneath everything. So this is it. This is the magic they were talking about on that first slide. It's this utopian vision of a world with no selling, just pure sharing a database of information, masterminding a strategy that generates a compelling outcome. Wow. It's a beautiful idea, right? Pure, frictionless collaboration. But the real question is, can you actually achieve that with a mass email? So we've got this grand communication philosophy, this promise of collaborative magic. But what's it all for? What's the end game? Well, it's not small, I'll tell you that. The stated mission is to fix the American education system. And the problem, as the author sees it, is absolutely dire. Look at this, all caps, Arizona education dead last. There's no room for debate here, no soft pedaling. This isn't a gentle critique, it's a 5-alarm fire. And it's this declaration of a crisis that's supposed to justify everything that comes next. And what's the solution to this 5-alarm fire? Well, a new trademarked concept, of course. Meet facilitate learning, TM. See, this isn't just an idea they're tossing around. It's a branded product, and it's being positioned as a revolutionary new way to bring everyone together. And the promises? Oh, they're just as big as the problem. A collaborator's concept is pulled in here with this incredible hook that graduates will get a degree and be debt-free. And hey, would you look at that? That slogan is trademarked, too. So you're starting to see the pattern here, right? This noble mission to save education is completely tangled up with business opportunities and branding. And that brings us to the next layer of this communication onion. Because woven all through this grand mission to fix education, you find a whole suite of commercial products and services, and every single one has its own trademarked name and its own really, really big claim. I mean, just look at this lineup. We've got Engage Direct Measure, the call to action symbol, Push to Go, ROI track, and something called the Magic Cube. It's like a B2B marketing conference just exploded inside of a single email. And did you notice the little TM next to pretty much everything? This is not just a passion project. It's a heavily branded business empire in the making. And you just gotta love the sheer energy in the marketing language. QR codes on steroids. The entrance ramp to the information highway. This is not your standard boring marketing copy, that's for sure. It feels like it was written in 1998 and 2024 at the exact same time. And right when you think the hype train can't possibly go any faster, we get this claim about the Magic Cube. It is, and I'm quoting here, the most powerful communication tool known to mankind, TM. Not one of the most powerful, the most powerful. I mean, the confidence is just, it's off the charts. And yep, you guessed it, it's trademarked. All right, buckle up, because now we're getting into the final, and to be honest, the most bewildering part of the email. This is where the message goes from a kind of quirky blend of mission and marketing to a head-on collision of business, politics, and self-help. This is where it goes completely off the rails. And then, bam, out of nowhere, the email just drops this on you. Now, I want to be really clear, we're showing this direct quote only to analyze the communication method itself. In all caps, with multiple exclamation points, it says, not a rapist, twice impeached, tax fraud, 34 times convicted felon. I mean, Talk about tonal whiplash. It's like we changed the channel from a business seminar straight to a cable news shouting match. And then, just like that, poof. As quickly as that political rant appeared, it's gone. We're yanked right back to a clean, crisp, trademarked business slogan, bringing the offline world to your online presence, TM. This rapid-fire channel surfing between pure political rage and slick marketing is one of the most disorienting and, frankly, defining features of this whole document. You know, if you really want to see this whole jumbled mess in a nutshell, just look at the hashtags at the end. We've got hashtag Hobbs for Go for a political campaign, then hashtag eLinksys for a tech brand, sitting right next to a social cause like hashtag Kindness Matters. It's like a digital Frankenstein's monster of a personal brand, all stitched together in one chaotic list. And after all that, after the politics and the hashtags and the business pitches, the email brings us right back home. It ends by asking, did you learn how to add another color to your marketing communications rainbow? After everything we've just witnessed, the final takeaway is supposed to be a marketing lesson. It's a truly bizarre, but somehow a perfectly fitting end to this wild ride. So, okay, after we've peeled back all the layers of this thing, the philosophy, the mission, the business, the politics, what are we left with? And that's the big question here, isn't it? Is this chaotic, passionate, commercial, and political mashup the future of communication? Is this how you break through all the static and connect with people? Or is it just adding more noise to an already deafening digital world? You know, in the end, this one email is kind of the perfect snapshot of what communication looks like today. It shows us that in a world where anyone can grab a megaphone and shout to hundreds of people, the real challenge isn't just about being heard. It's about having something coherent, something clear to say. So I'll leave you with this. Is this what the future of communication looks like? Or is it just a spectacular dead end?
Now, the theme was blue-collar cryptocurrency. In that radio commercial, that girl does not exist. I did not write, go back up there. I'm going to walk you step by step if I can. I did not write a word of that video, not one. I clicked one button. So if you want to learn AI, I'll be happy to show you. I have one of Google's top 50 ambassadors on my board. And she sent me an email, and it, honest to God, and I'm a real techie, it said, Jim, click here. And that's what came out. All of that. I didn't write a word. Now, we were talking about a Frankenstein's monster of marketing communication. I think there's a picture there. What's his name? Lord what?
Well, Lord Lippington does not seem to be on there. That would be the mustache. This is just Kurt.
Yeah, he needs a mustache, but you see the dots underneath them? Click on them. So now you can actually, because it's supposed to be on a smartphone, you can just swipe with your fingers and go through all this. This is the website that I gave you. I built for free for Brian and you just because we love vets.
Awesome.
And this is promoting your February 6th Festivus charity. And you're saying, what can I do for you? Because there's the vets. Two-way communication, what's it all about? And yeah, that's what my car looked like that the police towed away and then the guy got rid of after 30 days. And if you're an author, you need to persuade, inform, and entertain. And yes, I've committed to the governor that we're going to take Arizona from the worst education and make them number one. That cost me my marriage of 44 years. And I know a little bit about communication after studying it for 15 years. And this is a nonpartisan candidate training program, the only one in the world. And this is really interesting about how fast we're going with cryptocurrency and digital communication and social media and NFT. But you got to be strong and courageous because your Lord, your God is with you. And that's my daughter's quote. She is buried overlooking Pikes Peak for all eternity. And no, when we're not selling Project Die Hard, we're showing the worth, the value that you can bring. And this is my daughter. On her deathbed, she said, Daddy, I want you to pay it forward with random acts of kindness. Well, I discovered that 85% of Americans are functionally illiterate. So we need to train them. And before you judge me and my style, make sure you're perfect. Because as you get older, you want to be surrounded by good people. And I work very hard. And I've got Kurt, and I've got No More 9 to 5, and I've got Tim Taylor. And don't forget about helping people because they helped you. So the only rule is to do the golden rule and keep going. That's my 41 angel. You can find her all over Facebook. And yeah, I taught Walmart how to give you $150. But even though I was all over the internet, people don't read. And this is the president of the FMCA, who's a member of my 20-member RV club. And he still doesn't get it. He's a full bird colonel. He was the president. And 4 years ago, he didn't get it. He doesn't get it today. So if you speak truth with humility, then you can be a true man. So things are changing all the time. If you don't change, you're going to be left behind. And to be successful, you need to set a goal and make it happen. You need to pray. And the most important thing, if you want to learn, turn off your mouth and turn on those 2 ears and the things hanging off the side of your head, and you will learn. So the person doing the talking, like me right now, is not the person doing the learning. So my dad used to tell me as a public speaker, my job is to teach people, entertain them, and be brief and be gone. And their job is to listen. And I should complete my job before they complete theirs. Because good leaders listen to people. And if you do some soul searching, do you listen just to speak or do you listen to learn? We don't teach that in school. And stand up for what you think, even if you're the only one standing. No one on earth has a right to judge you. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know your story. And yeah, the weirdos like Steve Jobs, Tom Edison, Amelia Earhart, the most famous TV commercial of all times was the Crazy Ones. When Steve Jobs came back to Apple, no TV commercial has ever had that many views. So never judge somebody's winning season. You have no idea how difficult it was for them to get there. And things do happen for a reason. Too many people want to start from the top. They don't realize the bottom holds all the wisdom, and you'll never reach your destination. You don't pull up 36 water skiers because yesterday you decided to do it. You work hard at it. And here are the 7 truths of life. And the bottom line, the more goals you set, the more you're going to win. Do everything out of a good heart. Expect nothing in return. Volunteer, volunteer, volunteer. And we need to teach our schools how to teach people. No man was ever wise by chance. He and she had to work at it. And we rank 125th for literacy. That's a crime. 54% of people read below a 6th grade level. And as the Lions tell you, you versus you is the biggest fight. Make a better you will have a better world. And I'll help you. I sell 3 products. One is $79. It's the ticket, the entrance ramp to the information highway. And I'm going to, And I'm going to give you a deal here real soon. And that brings you to this, what you're looking at that I built. It's called The Movies, a mobile optimized video site, which I gave to Kurt and Susan for free. And then with the 71,000 visits, when you scan this call to action symbol, I will know everything about the person who scanned it except their shoe size, where they were standing, what day of the week was, all of that. That report is worth thousands of dollars, and I charge the same thing that Google charges for Chrome, and that's zero. And my ex-wife said, you haven't brought home a paycheck in years. Why are you giving this away? I said, because Google did it. Seemed to be a pretty good idea, so I'm doing it. So we created the entrance ramp to the information highway, and I'm going to show you how you can get yours for Project Die Hard. But all you have to do is take the self-guided lunch and learn. You don't have to join a chamber. I did all the work for you. It's 2MFPH. Write that down. ROI track.com. 2, Mary, Frank, P for phone, H for hotel. That's worth an hour lunch and learn at a chamber, and it's for free. And we all need to care. We need to celebrate the mistakes, appreciate our differences, relay feedback, evaluate ourselves, and let's take care of the marginalized populations and always tell the truth. And country first is re-engineering America. And yeah, I get a little cocky with people who tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't argue with somebody who's a cameraman and knows how to use social media and has done it for 15 years. And if you're going to criticize me, first take the log out of your eye before you talk about the sliver. And I've got a video that is for free to teach you how to listen and learn. And there is Project Diehard. And here's the offer. I will give that to you for free, for free, for free. And I will print your business card on the back side. And you can go through the rest of this site. Let's go over to the chat and talk about the offer, Sue. You want to read it, please? It starts with 1,000.
1,000 business cards on steroids. Get a box of 1,000 from your local Staples for only $60. You can put your business card on the other side. Contact for details. Go to the website. Call the number 2, actionsymbols.net. Call to actionsymbols.net. That landing page is a MOVS, moves,
which is pronounced movies.
Movies. Oh, there we go. Mobile optimized video site. Contact at projectdiehard.org or Susan at projectdiehard.org. Send me an email and we will get this moving. I love it.
We
Thank you
just
so much.
built an army, Sue. If we get people to spend $60 and go to Staples and hand them out like candy in their church meetings, their chamber meetings, whenever they're with vets, in restaurants, in food stores, in barbershops, we will flood Project Diehard with donations.
And that's what's needed right now. We actually are at the tail end right now of our capital campaign for this year, our main fundraising event. It's called Fill the Can, and that is something that, wow, I know we've got big goals, and I think we still have a ways to go to reach them. So
Well, I think I just gave you the way to fill a 50-gallon drum. Not fill a can, fill a 50-gallon drum. This will make you more money than you can imagine because people are going to line up to spend $60.
Excellent. All right. Well, this again is Blue Collar Crypto, and we have gotten so much good information. Thank you, Jim, so much for being here with me today. As always, we have Blue Collar Crypto on Sundays at 4 o'clock and 5:30 p.m. Central. My name again is Sue Roskopf, here with Jim Bannon, stepping in for Tim Trozian. We will be back next week, same time, same place. As always.
And copy the chat.
Oh,
or
yeah,
send me an email. I'll give you a copy of the chat.
Excellent. Thank you so much for all you do, Jim. And as always, to everyone who comes to join us and support what's going on here with World of Ability Podcast.